The year was 1964. In a small corner of Queens, New York, a site was selected to host the 1964 World's Fair. A man with a pencil-thin mustache stood at his pavilion to reveal the latest invention of his company. This man was Walt Disney. Made famous as a pioneer of animation and the inventor of Disneyland, what he was about to reveal would change the world forever. Based on his boyhood hero, Walt and his Imagineers had invented a new type of contraption. A fully automated rendition of the former President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln. This was Disney's first attempt at creating an audio animatronic human. On the outside, it resembled a grizzled Illinois man with a black beard, sunken cheeks, and a stovepipe hat. But on the inside, he was filled with pneumatic valves, magnetic tape, gears, and wires. Lincoln would be the first of many audio animatronics developed by Disney. In fact, the science would only become more advanced. As of this video's recording, artists and engineers at Disney Imagineering are developing a theme park land based on Arendelle from the movie Frozen. This new land will be added to Hong Kong Disneyland and will feature one of the most advanced and friendliest animatronics ever made, Queen Elsa herself. However, our story doesn't begin here. Tonight on Theme Park Forge, we will delve into the history of animatronics, from the creations of an ancient Roman genius to Leonardo da Vinci's Mechanical Knight. We will explore the steampunk creations of the Industrial Revolution. Walt Disney will have his turn, and computers will take animatronics into the space age. And at the end of this video, we will take a glimpse into the future of animatronics, exploring the wonders, magic, and mysteries of free-roaming animatronics with artificial intelligence and personalities. Buckle up for Theme Park Forge. Humanity has always been interested in animatronics. According to Greek legend, Hephaestus, the forge god, possessed the power to control fire, which he used to create magical devices. One day, Zeus requested the help of Hephaestus to defend the island of Crete from a sea invasion. Hephaestus crafted a colossal man named Talos, powered by a metal core filled with the god's special fluid, ichor. He capped off the core with a single metal nail. Talos came to life and successfully protected Crete by sinking the invading fleet. This ancient tale showcases early examples of robots and animatronics, a concept explored worldwide from classical China to ancient America. Humans have long pondered the creation of self-aware, self-propelled machines, predating even literacy. You could say humans' infatuation with robots predates even our ability to read. In a world filled with cars, trains, and planes, the creation of animatronics seems like an easy feat. Around us, machines buzz, engines roar, and motors whiz. Even in the 1950s, Walt Disney had almost everything he needed to build a prototype animatronic. But if we travel back in time to ancient Rome, a vastly different scene unfolds. Heron of Alexandria was renowned for his work with geometry. And while he's recognized as a brilliant mathematician, he was also a great engineer. Heron's most notable creation was the aerophile, an invention that stunned onlookers as it operated solely on the power of steam. It was dismissed as a mere toy, however, as few recognized the immense potential that steam power held. If only they had understood its significance, the Industrial Revolution might have unfolded long before the fall of Rome. Centuries later, the foundations laid by Heron's aerophile would pave the way for the development of engines and electric motors, granting animatronics the power and movement they needed to captivate audiences. But Heron's contributions didn't end there. His ingenuity extended far beyond steam-powered marvels. He crafted intricate mechanical birds that could sing melodies to the clever use of whistles. He pioneered the concept of coin-operated machines. His inventive spirit gave birth to a water organ. Through his incredible achievements, Heron laid the groundwork for countless future scientists and inventors who would build upon his legacy. His work breathed life into ancient tales of automatons, robots, and animatronics, showing the world that these were not merely stories, but possibilities waiting to be realized. The Renaissance was a time of rediscovery. After centuries of neglect, many classical works of philosophers, statesmen, and inventors resurfaced. Leonardo da Vinci was a polymath. He had an insatiable thirst for knowledge of all subjects. He was a painter, an engineer, a scientist, and a sculptor. You could even say he was the first Imagineer. He built prototypes for flying machines in the 1400s. No story of animatronics would be complete without his inventions. His role in the story of animatronics, however, wouldn't begin until the Italian city of Milan invited Leonardo to oversee a grand pageant. Eager to showcase something truly extraordinary, Da Vinci pondered over what he should bring to captivate his audience. Then, a spark of imagination ignited him. Some time ago, he had designed a self-propelled cart, one of the earliest iterations of the automobile. The thought struck him, why not employ these same principles to fashion a self-propelled human? With imagination ablaze, Da Vinci set to work. Using a full suit of armor as the outer shell, he meticulously outfitted the interior with gears, wheels, and a sophisticated pulley system. Every cog, every mechanism was carefully orchestrated to bring his vision to life. This mechanical marvel could do more than stand still. It could sit, rise, turn its head, and even lift its own visor with a grace that defied its mechanical nature. Leonardo's knight definitely would not have looked out of place in a modern theme park. Can you imagine being in a vehicle going down the track and seeing Leonardo da Vinci's animatronic knight waving at you? During the Industrial Revolution, the number of patents and inventions exploded. New processes for manufacturing were invented all the time. New, so-called toys were built too. It's amazing how many toys led to major scientific breakthroughs. One inventor, Jacques de Vaucanson, stood as an industrial icon of his time. While he is renowned for inventing mechanical devices such as the all-metal lathe, his ingenuity extended beyond machinery to the creation of remarkably advanced automations. Initially trained as a clockmaker, this inventor utilized his expertise to craft a collection of androids, including a flute player, a drum player, and a dancing duck. While numerous mechanical toys were being constructed during that era, Vaucanson creations were the best that money could buy. The dancing duck, with all its detail, boasted over 400 moving parts in a single wing, giving it the illusion of life. Vaucanson laid the groundwork for robotic brawn. Meanwhile, a century later, a woman named Ada Lovelace would lay the groundwork for robotic brains. Ada Lovelace's visionary work in the 19th century laid the foundation for computer programming as we know it today. Her collaboration with Charles Babbage on the analytical engine led her to remarkable insights and the recognition of machines' creative potential. Through her published notes, Ada envisioned a world where computers could go beyond numbers, creating art and music. Her pioneering spirit serves as an enduring reminder to the transformative power of ideas as she continues to inspire generations. The analytical engine would later pave the way for the computer revolution, without which animatronics would not exist in the form they do today. Perhaps the most iconic steam-powered creation of the era was made by Zadok Derrick, an American inventor. He filed a patent in 1868 for the steam-powered Cartman, a clockwork creature powered by a steam engine heart. While his design never made it to production, Zadok did make a working prototype. Almost immediately after the invention of the electric motor, the field of robotics began to emerge. In 1928, Captain William Richards and engineer Alan Rethel gained recognition by unveiling their creation, Eric, at the Exposition of Society Model Engineers in London. Despite being made of tin, Eric was hailed as the perfect man by the New York press. He was one of the earliest robots, capable of sitting, standing, and talking by way of a 78 RPM record player. However, he relied on someone else using a microphone to radio in his voice and was unable to walk. These limitations were overcome in 1939 with the assistance of the Westinghouse Electric Corporation. Standing at 7 feet tall and weighing 265 pounds, Electro was one of the most advanced robots of his time. Controlled by voice commands, he could walk, articulate about 700 words, move his head and arms, and see red and green colors with his simple eyes. He was even able to blow up balloons. Electro was accompanied by a mechanical dog named Sparko. Little Sparko was the first animatronic to represent a character, making him the first full animatronic. Whereas robots are generally designed to do utilitarian tasks, and automatons are just artificial people, Sparko is designed for entertainment and has a fictional or symbolic identity. He is a mechanical creation that we imagine to be a real dog. Electro and his loyal companion Sparko made their grand debut at the 1939 World's Fair in Queens, New York. Coincidentally, the same event and location where Walt Disney would unveil his animatronic representation of Abraham Lincoln just 25 years later. In this remarkably short span of time, the advancement in animatronic technology is nothing short of spectacular. The word animatronics didn't exist until 1961, and while we've been discussing automatons and robots thus far, one man would revolutionize the perception and use of robots. This man had already achieved remarkable feats. He showcased that both children and adults could love cartoons by creating Mickey Mouse. He introduced audio to animated films with Steamboat Willie, and pioneered the first feature film Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Furthermore, he demonstrated that animated films could be artistic masterpieces with works like Bambi and Fantasia. This visionary, Walt Disney, also invented the theme park concept, blending rides and scenes from his movies into a unique entertainment experience. During a family vacation in 1949, Walt stumbled upon a toy shop filled with mechanical wind-up toys, which existed, by the way, thanks to the innovations of past luminaries like Heron of Alexandria, Da Vinci, and Boccasin. These toys fascinated Walt and brought immense joy to his children. Then it hit him. Could these toys be used in entertainment? The idea lingered until 1959 when Walt assigned machinist Richard Brogy and sculptor Walthall Rogers to create the first animatronic. It wasn't just a machine or robot, it was an actor, a robot capable of playing a role as a symbolic character. The initial design was a dancing man capable of performing vaudeville routines, but the project evolved into something far more significant. In 1955, Walt opened Disneyland, a groundbreaking family entertainment venue unlike anything seen before. Walt already had several attractions in place, but there were still many unfinished areas of the park. Walt decided that more shows were needed to bless his park and deliver on Disneyland's magical promise. So he turned to his talented Imagineers, Roger and Walthall, to transform their work on the first animatronic into a captivating showpiece for Disneyland, inspired by one of Walt's childhood heroes, Abraham Lincoln. When they embarked on this daring and expensive project, they discovered that it was far beyond what Disneyland could afford at the time. However, at the 1964 World's Fair, Walt's vision for a true animatronic became a reality. Specifically invited by the fair's president, Robert Moses, to create more family-oriented attractions, Walt showcased his idea to Robert, including the innovative animatronics developed by his Imagineers. Impressed by their work, Robert insisted that Disney not create only one attraction, but three: Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, The Carousel of Progress, and It's a Small World. Out of these enchanting attractions, Mr. Lincoln stood out as the most advanced. In an era before modern computing and programming, Mr. Lincoln was an entirely analog creation. An Imagineer had to wear a harness to record movements onto magnetic tape, which translated into physical movement using pneumatic and hydraulic tubes, not unlike a player piano. Notably, Mr. Lincoln's realistic facial movements, specifically his lip movements, set him apart, and he wouldn't be surpassed until the creation of the Salmon animatronic in 2017 for the Animal Kingdom's Navi River journey. The Carousel of Progress and It's a Small World also featured numerous animatronics. The latter, a boat ride with different scenes, showcased animatronics reminiscent of the toys Walt had encountered during his vacation. These animatronics, while simpler than Mr. Lincoln, were highly innovative, proving that audio animatronics could be mass-produced and adapted to various artistic styles such as that of Mary Blair's. The Carousel of Progress, a rotating theater stage show, incorporated 44 animatronic figures, including a dog named Rover, one of the first non-human animatronics designed by the Imagineers at WED Enterprises. At the conclusion of the fair, Disney brought all of his attractions back to Disneyland, signed and paid for. However, he had more plans in store for this new technology. Originally intended as a dinner theater, the Enchanted Tiki Room exceeded expectations, prompting Disney to elevate it to show status. The Enchanted Tiki Room delighted tired guests with a 15-minute spectacle of chirping birds enchanting tiki heads. Perhaps the most significant technological achievement behind this attraction was the coordination of numerous animatronics to mimic singing in perfect harmony on a single musical track. Pirates of the Caribbean marked a groundbreaking milestone. Inspired by the boat ride of It's a Small World, this attraction offered a darker, pirate-themed adventure with thrilling drops. New audio animatronics were developed to resemble real people but with animated caricature faces and more complicated motion. Sadly, Walt Disney passed away 3 months before the completion of Pirates. This was not the end of audio animatronics, however. The Haunted Mansion opened just 3 years after Walt's passing. Featuring the innovative Omnimover ride system, guests were whisked through the mansion encountering a host of ghosts, new and entertaining animatronics with cutting-edge special effects. These ghoulish animatronics changed the way Imagineers worked, requiring numerous technological advancements. Walt Disney did more in a year than most people do in a decade. He was a prominent figure of the 20th century and set the benchmark for the future of entertainment. He left a legacy that would last far beyond his lifetime. Disney Imagineers and others carried on the audio animatronic legacy, expanding its influence globally. Animatronics transcended theme parks and became part of the pop culture in everyday life. Although the 1970s and 80s presented challenges for the Disney Corporation, they did introduce the Country Bear Jamboree to Disneyland in 1972. This attraction showcased several animatronic bears capable of singing and dancing. In 1977, the Chuck E. Cheese Corporation brought animatronics to their restaurants. A significant milestone occurred in 1982 when Ben Franklin became the first animatronic figure to walk upstairs. Another notable addition to Fantasyland came in 1983 with the opening of Pinocchio's Daring Journey, featuring simple, yet classic animatronics that harken back to the early days of Disneyland. In 1987, Star Tours came to life with its animatronic host RX-24, aka Rex. This attraction marked an era of new animatronics at Disneyland as digital technologies arrived on the scene. Rex was accompanied by animatronic versions of C-3PO and R2-D2. Splash Mountain debuted in 1989, and while these animatronics were relatively conservative, the incorporation of animatronics into a multi-story thrill ride was revolutionary. It's also interesting to note that after Country Bear Jamboree went defunct, many of the animatronics were rescued for this ride. Rumor has it that some of these animatronics will even live on to entertain again in the Princess and the Frog renovation. The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, built in 2003, was the first modern dark ride attempted by Disneyland. Buzz Lightyear's Astro Blasters brought interactive animatronics to Disneyland Park, allowing guests to engage with them instead of merely observing a scene or story. Shortly after, in 2008, Midway Mania, an augmented reality game hosted by Woody and his friends from Toy Story, opened. Featuring interactive scenes and projectors, the animatronic Mr. Potato Head outside the attraction demonstrated advanced movement while it interacted with guests. You can actually talk to him, and he talks back. A similar animatronic was built by Universal Studios for Shrek 4D, allowing guests to meet and greet an animatronic version of Donkey. Expedition Everest, Legend of the Forbidden Mountain, built in 2006, is home to one of the largest animatronics in the Disney parks, the Yeti. This animatronic is a tale of technological triumph and tragedy. Imagineers designed this creature to lunge 5 feet towards the riders and attempt to swipe at them as they pass. A seemingly simple movement that proved to be extremely ambitious and costly to develop. However, the strain placed on the internal mechanisms of the Yeti proved to be too dangerous. Imagineers had to make the difficult decision and scaled the Yeti down to B mode, freezing the beast in time. Instead, a strobe light was used to create the illusion of movement in an attempt to preserve the experience for guests while ensuring safety. Beyond theme park attractions, animatronics made their mark in toys and movies. In 1998, Furby toys flooded into the market, bringing animatronics into people's homes. These characters contain components that cause them to move and speak. Since then, numerous toys have incorporated animatronic functions. Animatronics also played a role in movies, as early as Mary Poppins. In 2001, Steven Spielberg commissioned the largest animatronic ever built. Featured in the third Jurassic Park movie, the Spinosaurus measured 45 feet in length and weighed a whopping 12.5 tons upon completion. In recent years, animatronics have undergone incredible advancements, revolutionizing the entertainment industry. Let's explore some of the remarkable developments that have taken place. First, we have the scale model animatronics of Lightning McQueen and Mater from the beloved Disney Pixar franchise, Cars. These animatronics bring the iconic characters to life in a way that was once unimaginable. From their realistic movements to their expressive features, these animatronic models truly capture the essence of Lightning McQueen and Mater. It's also one of the most childlike experiences in the world to watch a Disney cast member walk around the park with a real-life car from the movie right behind them, just free roaming the park. Moving on to Disney's Animal Kingdom, we encounter the extraordinary animatronics developed for the Avatar-themed attractions. These animatronics transport visitors into the mesmerizing world of Pandora, blending seamlessly with the immersive environment. With fluid and lifelike movements, these animatronics bring the fantastical creatures of Avatar to life, captivating guests and allowing them to become fully immersed in the magical experience. And no wonder, considering that the Na'vi River Shaman contains thousands of individual components. While Imagineers throughout the last 75 years have mostly tried to build animatronics that could do what humans can, the Spider-Man animatronic pushes past the restraints of gravity with smooth, web-slinging abilities. The advanced robotics and precision mechanics behind Spider-Man's design enables him to perform incredible acrobatics, swinging from building to building with astonishing agility and accuracy. The technology behind this insane creation disproves that animatronics need to be stationary to function. Overseas, at Hong Kong Disneyland, animatronics continue to push boundaries in attractions like Pooh's Honey Hunt. In this heartwarming adventure, guests join Winnie the Pooh and his friends on a whimsical journey. A special ride system was developed so that cars could move through the different scenes without a track, a development just as revolutionary as the Omnimover track was for the Haunted Mansion. This ride system required complex programming and computing. Thanks, Ada Lovelace. The animatronics in Pooh's Honey Hunt have evolved to deliver captivating performances, with fluid movements and expressive gestures that make the characters feel incredibly lifelike. Imagineers went beyond simple fiberglass to dress their characters, instead opting to use a wide range of realistic materials. Additionally, Hong Kong Disneyland has introduced a new technology known as the face casting projector, which is utilized in the Frozen-themed attractions. This innovative technique allows for the creation of animatronic characters like Elsa from Frozen, with incredibly realistic and expressive facial features. Face casting technology, also known as face projection mapping or face cloning, is a technique used to create highly realistic, expressive animatronic characters. It involves capturing the facial features and expressions of an actor or a performer and transferring them onto a physical animatronic figure. This technology gives Imagineers the versatility to use any dialogue or facial expression they choose, without the limitations of mechanical components. Because of face casting technology, Elsa's appearance remains faithful to original character design in the Frozen movies. The result is a friendlier and more accurate portrayal of herself, which can delight and enchant guests visiting her attraction. These recent advancements in animatronics demonstrate the dedication of Disney and other entertainment companies to pushing the boundaries of technology and storytelling. With each new development, animatronics continue to astound audiences, providing immersive and unforgettable experiences that blur the line between fantasy and reality. As we look to the future, we can only anticipate even more astonishing innovations in the world of animatronics. Imagine stepping into a theme park 2 decades from now, where every step immerses you in a familiar world of sights, sounds, and scents. The air is filled with the irresistible aroma of freshly baked churros and the tantalizing sweetness of waffle cones from nearby carts. The echoes of classic songs continue to serenade visitors from the park's loudspeakers, evoking cherished memories of yesteryear. And amidst this comforting nostalgia, the iconic rides that hold a special place in your heart remain, treasured and unchanged. But as you explore further, a realm of new possibilities unfolds before you. Beyond the familiar, a tapestry of groundbreaking technology waves its way into the fabric of the park. The rides of the future beckon, adorned with advancements that push the boundaries of what we once deemed possible. It's a dream realm where imagination and innovation intertwine, crafting experiences that defy our wildest expectations. Animatronics are completely changed. No longer confined to stationary positions, they are free to walk, skip, and bounce. They no longer say the same 3 words on a never-ending loop. Now they can freestyle as AI enables them to think like the character that they were built to portray. Picture a scene where the park comes alive with animatronic characters. Gone are the days of individuals donning costumes to portray beloved characters. Instead, lifelike animatronic versions grace the park, with the perfect proportions and characteristics of their fictional counterparts. They possess the ability to speak, converse, and engage with visitors just as the characters themselves would. Just imagine the sheer delight of encountering an animatronic Tigger, a approaching you with an animated bounce and an engaging in a lively conversation. That level of realism almost seems impossible, but animatronics have always managed to do the impossible. That animatronics exist at all is miraculous. Even the animatronics we are building now seems to hint at the possible future. But at the end of the day, we are left with an ethical question. It's the same question science fiction writers and futurists have been asking for years. Is humanity prepared for such power? Is it right or safe to create lifelike animatronics? Both good questions, and they honestly deserve a video all to themselves. But in either case, animatronics are truly amazing creations that captivate our imagination. They blur the boundaries between fantasy and reality. With their intricate mechanisms and lifelike movements, from Talos to Tigger, inanimate objects are brought to life and transport us to enchanting worlds. These fantastical creations have the power to evoke emotions, entertain, and tell stories that once upon a time could only be done in a fairy tale. From theme parks, to movies, and to the curious beyond, animatronics continue to amaze us with their ability to create immersive experiences that leave us in awe of human ingenuity and the magic of technology. Whatever the future holds, I am personally looking forward to it. Ever since I was a little kid, I loved theme parks. They presented me with a magical world built in a real, physical place. I remember thinking places and characters were real, and I marveled that anyone could build such a fantasy land. This channel is about creativity. It's about building themed environments so real it feels like you are stepping into a different world. It's about creating artistic and spiritual experiences for park guests. It's about breaking through the mundanity of everyday life and seeing the childlike wonder in the world. Theme Park Forge is not just another YouTube channel about theme parks or tourism. It's for the dreamer who is crazy enough to think that they can do the impossible. It's about bringing sincerity, storytelling, and the hero's journey back to entertainment. It's about giving a chance for normal people to be Imagineers and build crazy cool themes. Not all of us are brilliant engineers, talented artists, or financial tycoons. But we do have a dream, and do have the creative vision and drive for what it could be. And that is all it takes to cross the threshold. On this channel, I'm exploring what it takes to build a theme park. You can be part of my journey just by giving a thumbs up on this video and subscribing to my channel. Your contributions will be the vital growth of Theme Park Forge and what we can build together. Thanks for watching this history of animatronics, and thanks for your support. Please keep your arms, hands, and legs inside the vehicle until it comes to a complete stop. Thank you for watching Theme Park Forge, and please come again soon.